Good morning everyone. Before we start today's lecture, we just recap what we had done in the previous lecture. Previously we had seen that what is human capital, how is human resources become the human capital. That is very important aspect of the economics, because when we are talking about the human capital, so human capital is the similar of the human development, but somehow that is a very different concept we already seen in the previous lecture. We have the ample of, in India we can say we have the ample of human resources, but क्या हम उन सारे resources का अच्छे से use कर रहे हैं? Our human resources become the human capital for us. If yes, totally we are satisfied for us, so now why we are not at the part of the developed country? Still we are the developing country. Because of we have the ample of human resources, but our entire human resources not become the human capital. So human capital is just full of skills and knowledge about the work, with the help of on-job training purpose, educations, health, etc. We already seen about that. Which factors are affected for the human capital. Now when we are talking about the human capital and human development, already we had seen that is the, basically we can say that is the human capital. Why? When the human resources become the human capital, तो we can say जब development होगा, मतलब skill developed होगी, knowledge developed होगा, so human resource human capital बन रहा है. So human capital and human development, madam, same is there? No, students. Human capital is a different terms and human development is a different term. Because somehow the ends of in the human development, it means themselves development, and when we are talking about the human capital, it is the end result. We need the end result. It means we need the increase in any productivity. Now already we had discussed physical capital and human capital. When we are talking about the physical capital, so that is the tangible capital we can touch, just like a machinery or all this thing. And when we are talking about the human capital, so मैंने पहले बताया human resource we can touch. आप मुझे छू सकते हो, मैं आपको छू सकती हूँ. We can touch, but human capital we can never touch. Skills, knowledge, how can we get touch the skills and knowledge? Right? We can touch our degree only, but degree का knowledge आप touch नहीं कर सकते हो. So when we are talking about the physical capital and human capital, so tangible, intangible criteria, ownership, mobility, and nature of benefits and depreciation. More this aspect already we had seen in the previous lecture. Now we can talk about the today is the relationship between the human capital and economic growth. Economic में growth में human capital का क्या contribution है? We can say economic growth means the increase in the real national income of the country, है ना? ऐसे तो बहुत सारी national income बढ़ रही है. Suppose as an example, our national income increased by 1000 crore rupees. Suppose an assumption only. So suppose before that is a 1000. Now increased by 1000. It means your national income is 2000. But now your number of people also increase. So your real income is increased? No. If your number of people are not increased, then only your real income is increased. हम लोग average mean में देख के आए हैं 11th standard में. If the number of students or number of peoples or number of persons and number of populations are increased, your real national income is not increased. So your real national increase, it is called the economic growth. So investment in human capital contribute the economic growth. अब इन्वेस्टमेंट कैपिटल ह्यूमन कैपिटल के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोसेस करोगे तो ही आपको इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ मिलने वाली है. नेचुरली द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ एजुकेटेड पर्सन टू इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ इज मोर देन दैट एन इलिटरेट पर्सन. Illiterate person contribution is there only in the economic, but when we are talking about the farmer and IT person, definitely both contribution is different in the economic growth. Education provides the knowledge to understand the change in society and scientific advancement. We can say हम बोलते तो आपका कहने का होगा मैडम आप क्या कहना चाहते हो, फार्मर्स होने ही नहीं चाहिए. फार्मर्स में भी देर, बट they just upgrade themselves. Fine. If new technology, new we can say new farming technology is there, they can adopt that and they increase the productivity, so their contribution of the economic growth is increased. Now the education provides the knowledge to understand change in society and scientific advancement, thus facilitates invention and the innovation. The availability of educated labor force facilitates adaptations to the new technology. If you are educated, you are adopting some technology. If you are not educated, so what happens? You are not adopting the technology because you don't know how to use this technology. Clear? Now, next is similar if the healthy person, it means when we are talking about the human capital, we are considered the two aspects only, health and education. Fine? So, first education we had discussed. Now, the similar if the healthy person could provide the uninterrupted labor supply for a longer period of the time, then health is also an important factor of the economic growth. Healthy person नहीं होगा तो 30 में से 15 days आ रहा है, so that is not good for the economic growth. Thus, the both education and health, along with the many other factors like on-the-job training, job market information, and migration, increase in the individual's income generating capacity. These enhance the productivity of human beings or human capital contributes to economic growth. Clear? So when we are talking about the relationship between the human capital and economic growth, first we can develop our education and health facility towards that. Empirical evidence to prove the increase in human capital causes the economic growth is rather the nebulous. This may because the measurement problems. For example, education measured in terms of the year of schooling, मतलब 12 साल आप schooling के जा रहे हो, teacher pupil relationship, it means teacher students relationship ratio, and the enrollment rates may not reflect the quality of education. Similarly, health service measured in the monetary terms only. Life expectancy and the mortality rates are not reflect the true health status of the people in the country. That is the one question mark regarding education to ले लिया है, but you can't develop your skills, so you are not become the good human capital and your contribution is nil in the economic growth. As well as if you are talking about the health facility, if your expectancy death rate is increased, now what is the condition? What is the today's pathetic condition? So our that is called death ratio is high, so we can say हमारी health facility is not good, maybe or maybe not. So that is the question mark regarding these two factors. Using the indicators the mentioned above and analysis of the improvement of education and health sectors and the growth in the real per capita income in both developing and the developed country shows that the human capital growth of the developing country has been faster, but his growth of the as per the capital real income has not been that fast. Per capita income, आपका national income में per person how much contribution is there? So in our country, our national income may be the rise, but our per capita income is low because number of populations or number of persons are more in our country. The reason is that the higher income causes the building of high level of human capital and vice versa, that is the high level of human capital causes the growth of economy. And one we just in micro already we had seen that we can say uneven distribution of income also. Real per capita income, when we are talking about the 1951, that is the 7,651, and now 2015-16 data we have, that is the 77,803. When we are talking about the crude death rate, it is the per thousand population. Death rate is the in 1951, that is the 25.1, and now 2015-16 it's decrease with 6.4. It means what it shows, people are very conscious about their health also. Now infant mortality rate, it is the in 1951 146 and now 2015-16 that is the 34. It means we can say peoples are more aware about that, that is we can say delivery time. पहले क्या होता था, घर में हो रहा है तो number of people death is very more. Now people are going for the hospital for this purpose, and that is the infant mortality rate will death rate will be decreased. Now next is the life expectancy at birth in a year, that is we can say male and female both. Male in 1951 37.2 and female 36.2. Now in 2015-16 male is 67 and female is the 70. It means with the help of this ratio we can say female expectancy number of years is very high compared to the male. Now literacy rate in 1951 16.67 only, and now 2015-16 data we have, recent data we don't have, so that is the 76% people are literacy rate in our country. So this is all about the just the selected indicators of the development in the education and healthcare facility. ये सारे कंपैरिजन केवल आपकी हेल्थ फैसिलिटी और एजुकेशन को ही डिपेंड करते हैं. नाउ two independent reports on the Indian economic in recent times have identified that India would grow faster due to its strength in human capital formation. That is, first is the Dutch Bank and the German Bank, and second is the World Bank. Now the Dutch Bank and the German Bank in its report on the global growth centers published on 1st July 2005 identified that the India will emerge as one among the 4 major growth centers in the world by the year 2020. If further states, our empirical investigations support the view that the human capital is the most important factor of the production in today. Economic increase in the human capital are crucially to achieving the increase in the GDP. This is one statement given by this bank only, and keep in your mind exam में इस तरह का statement को justification करना भी आ सकता है. So with the reference of the India is state that the between 2005 and 2020 we expect that 40% rise in our average year of education in India to just about the 7 years. मतलब जितना भी हमारा रेशियो पुअर रह गया वो हमें 7 सालों में रिकवर करने का टारगेट था. Now the World Bank, we can say World Bank in its recent report India and the Knowledge Economy, that is the strength and opportunity concept, state that India should make the transit to the knowledge economic, and if it is used in the knowledge as much as the Ireland does, it is the judge that the Ireland use its knowledge economic very effectively. Then the per capita income of India will be increased from a little over the US dollar 1,000 in 2002 to US dollar 3,000 in 2020. It further states that the Indian economy has all the key of ingredients for marketing these transitions, such as the critical mass of the skilled workers, well-functioning democracy, and the diversity, science and the technology infrastructure. It means there are the two major German bank and the World Bank give the some statement about the India, how do they pretend the Indians development with the help of the per capita income. Clear? So this is all about the today. Today we had seen about the previous lectures some important topic also, and relationship between the human capital and economic growth. Listen students, sometimes some questions ask like that कि आपको टेबल दिया हुआ है, that is the table is a measurement of the some important data and you just give your answer or your justification, but your justification and your answer should be the theoretical form only, and use this data and compare the analysis ratio. जैसे मैंने आज आपको करवाया है 1952 and 2015-16, maybe here also 1981, 1991, 2001 and and 16 data is given in this book. So that data is given in your question paper. You just justify your answer with the help of your theoretical concept. Clear? So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will tomorrow is the last lecture of this chapter, and after that I will share the notes of the remaining chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.